Welcome to The Amorphous Void. Hey patrons, I just want to thank you for helping me out. I wasn't able to get a podcast out this week due to some scheduling stuff. Turns out scheduling real people is a bit difficult, so I figured I'd do something special for y'all. Anyways, so I'm just going to do this quick one-shot video and throw you out a song that I have written and let you go nuts with it. So here we have our session. It's pretty, honestly, it's pretty simple. You can listen to the bounce down file of it. This is my electronica band, electronica persona, Hairy Teeth, and this song is called Slab Dealer. It is about a man who deals in slabs. The name Hairy Teeth I always thought was really funny because it's like a dude trying to have like a really tough, like a gangster name, but he is just off the mark, which is basically my life. So as you can see, like I said, there's nothing too crazy going on here. It is mostly virtual instruments, as you can see here, and then we have some printed stems and some tracks. We have a guitar solo here that was played by yours truly, and just a couple things. So I'm going to run you through. So there aren't any there aren't any plugins that are too crazy. I mean, Vacuum Pro I think is like a couple bucks. DB33 comes with Pro Tools. Shep's Parallel Particles. I'll go through all these as we go through the tracks. Easy Drummer with one of the kits is, I think, a pretty cheap one too. And then Boom comes with it. Decapitator and Valhalla Vintage Reverb might run you a couple bucks, and then Ozone 8 Elements might run you a couple bucks. But, you know, nothing too crazy. So we'll just go through track by track. So you've got all your stems in the folder. They'll all be labeled as such: tight arp, blade pad, E-organ, pulse arp. So I'm going to just show you what we got here. So this is our tight arp. So this is like a picked like a harpy kind of thing, like a if you had a steel string harp. So that's Vacuum Pro. I believe if you have Vacuum Pro, I think these are part of the set. They might be. I have this Dystopian World preset pack, but if you look, rough and ready, yeah. So some of these, hopefully, should just come with it. If you have Vacuum Pro, I don't know, Blade Runner pad, yeah. So I didn't do anything crazy. Like, so this electronica song, I just wanted to see if I could do it. This is from like a couple of years ago. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I'm not very familiar with writing electronica stuff. I'm very familiar with adding electronica to stuff. So I wanted to start with a fully electronica track. And that's what I did here. So you can see that these chords, I literally just drag and dropped, put a new instrument on. And that was it. It's nothing crazy. So that's that. Then we have Pulse Arp. This is cool. I like this one. See here, it's got that like delay on it. Obviously, it's got a huge delay on it, but it like fights with itself as it like oscillates through chords. I thought that was neat. Pulse Pad. So we have Pulse Arp, Pulse Pad. And again, we just have chords, and I just drag them to another instrument. It's nothing crazy. I'm just a hack and a fraud, so don't worry about me. Here we go. And then we have Thick Pad. Yep. So that, sorry, I keep forgetting. So that's Analog Dreams. Pulse Pad was Tramble. Very cool. Then we have bass. Bass is again Vacuum Pro. I was just like really. I think I got this a couple. Like I said, I made this a couple years ago. I didn't have the library of plugins that I do now because I didn't use them as much. I also was just kind of broke. So you just have this like thick, thick bass, and that's this bad boy. I'm not very smart. I'm sorry. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. So then we have drums. Whoops. Uh, then we have drums. So we have our electronic drums. So this is an Easy Drummer. Whoops. Easy Drummer kit from the Matrix. Yeah, it's a bit silly, but I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. So we have that. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Let's back it up. So we have our bass with for our bass. I threw Shep's Parallel Particles on it. This is a fun plugin. I love it on bass and like singled out drums. But you can. I love how it like glows. So I'll show you. Here we go. And here it is off. Can't really hear when you turn it off. When you turn it back on, yeah, parallel particles rules. Okay, so like I said, we have the drums. So what I did is I took basically all the weird electronica stuff from this kit and I made it one track. So you have this. Yeah, just weird noise. And then I have Shep's Omni Channel, which is an awesome plugin. And I just have this set to full overheads. Nothing crazy. Just to like make it pop a little more. So then sorry about that. Didn't mean to confuse you. So this is the kick. So this is Boom. I believe this comes with Pro Tools, and I just have it set to Urban One. I didn't. There's no real reason to pick that one, other than I I was cycling through, and as you can see, I made it far down the list. I really like the 8.0 and the 9.0, obviously, and the Fat 8 and the Fat 9 are like a bit absurd, but the Urban one just sounded good, so I kept it. I didn't really. It's not really worth diving into for days and days and days. And then I ran that through Shep's Parallel Particles. Yeah, that's nice. Snare gets a little bit more involved. So right now for snare, we have Boom on Urban One still. I wanted like a really fizzy, like crack snare, so that's what we got. Add to that Decapitator on Lo-Fi Kit. Just gives it a little bit more crushed out. And then for reverb, we have Valhalla Vintage Verb, large gated snare. I did a couple things, probably not much. I don't know. It sounded fine. I'll start you out here. There we are. So that's the snare sound. Hear it all together. All the drums. All right. So that's fun. So that's all the MIDI, which is nice. Then we have our snare verb send. All right, so going through these, this is just a weird little oscillator. Nothing crazy. Then we have a little swell fade here. Oscillator comes back. And then during the bridge, it gets a little bit more involved, but not too much. Cool. All right. So moving on, then we have this swell and then the guitar solo. And then this oscillator, which doesn't repeat as many times as it should. Let me fix this. Okay. So yeah, so that's the track. Like I said, you'll have all these stems. I'm going to basically print everything down to a stem. If you have Pro Tools, this is Pro Tools 11. If you have Pro Tools, you can load up the session file. It'll put everything just right where you need it. But yeah, just 120, 4. Well, I guess it's not all 4/4. Sorry, got a bunch of 3/4. But yeah, that's the track. Yeah, have fun with it. You'll have all the MIDI to import. So whatever DAW you're using, you'll get the tempo mapping and all that with the MIDI. You could pop it in, and then you could pop in all the things. You could put it on different instruments. You could have a good old time. You could have a real lot of fun if you want. You could have no fun at all either. I don't care. Do whatever you want. So, that's what's up. So, again, thanks for being a patron. Thanks for hanging out. I love you, and I appreciate you. Have a great day, everyone.